so today in writing, we are going to talk about a word called adjectives. Now, adjectives is something that we haven't talked about before, but it has a pretty easy definition, has a pretty easy meaning. So adjectives are things that describe other things. So for example, if we were talking about Miss G, we might say Miss G is tall. Tall would be an adjective because it describes me. It tells the reader of my sentence, Miss G is tall, the size of Miss G. It's tall means I am a big person. I have a long body. So tall would be a describing word. Or you might say, the car is blue. Blue would be an adjective. It would be a describing word because it tells the reader of the sentence, the car is blue, what color the car is. So today we are going to write a sentence using an adjective. So we are going to think back to our story. So we're going to think back to the people that were in our Three Goldilocks story. So let's talk about some things that we saw in the story. We had 3 bears. We had a mama bear, a papa bear, and a baby bear, and we had a girl named Goldilocks. They had 3 different beds, and one was big and one was small and one was medium-sized, and big, small, and medium-sized are all adjectives because they tell the reader what kind of size those beds were. So you know what? I think my sentence today is going to be the bed is big, to talk about Papa Bear's bed. So that's 4 words. That's 4 words. So what we're going to do to start is Miss G is going to write her name on the paper. Miss G. And what kind of letter do we need to start off our sentence? We always need a capital letter or a lowercase letter to start off our sentence. That's right, we always need a capital letter. So my first word is the. So the is a sight word, so I already know how to write it. So I write it capital T-H-E. Now bed. Bed has 3 sounds in it. B-E, D. So what I want for us to do is I want for us to write all of the sounds that we hear. So for the B sound, what letter makes the B sound? That's right, it's B. Now what letter makes the middle sound, the E sound? E, that's absolutely right. And what letter makes the D sound? D, absolutely. Awesome. Oop, and I forgot to check to make sure I have finger spaces in between my words. I do, so we're good to go. The bed is, so is a sight word, so we already know how to write that. I'm going to do a finger space. And big. Big is one of our new sight words that we're working on this quarter. So big is spelled B-I-G. And am I done with my sentence? No, I am not, because I need punctuation. I need something at the end of my sentence to let my reader know that I am done writing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a period at the end of my sentence to let my reader know that we are all done with this sentence. So let's double check and make sure that I have done all the things I need to do when I'm writing my sentence. Do I have a capital letter at the beginning of my sentence? Yes, I do. Do I have finger spaces in between each one of my words? Yes, I do. And do I have a period at the end of my sentence? I do as well. So I am ready to draw my picture. Now, as we know, all of our sentences need a setting and they need characters. So let's look back at our sentence to see if we can figure out what the setting of our sentence is, or of our story is. The bed is big. So where do we usually keep our beds? That's right, in a bedroom. So let's think back to the story. So I think the bears in our story lived in a log cabin. So that would mean the floors are brown. So I'm going to color some brown floors. Again, bear with me because my coloring is not going to be very good while I'm also videoing. So sorry about that, folks. All right, so we've got a brown floor. We're gonna do some brown walls because if it's a log cabin, that means there's brown all around. Alrighty, almost there. Brown ceiling, brown walls, all brown, lots of brown. All right, so now I've got my setting. I've got my room all set up. I've got my floor and my ceiling, so let us know we are in the bear's bedroom. So now I can draw the bear's bed. So I'm gonna draw a black frame for the bed. Let's see. I'm gonna draw some. Gotta draw a big bed because we wanna make sure our reader knows that the bed is big because that's how it's described in our sentence. So we'll do nice big bed. All right. All right, so now I'm gonna add some details to my bed. I'm gonna add maybe some pillows and a blanket. I'm gonna draw maybe some red pillows and a red blanket for Papa Bear. There we go. I'll draw maybe a little red cover. Maybe we'll give it some checks, some little squares on his, maybe a plaid blanket and his log cabin. Color that in a little bit. All right, now while I'm coloring this in, be thinking if our sentence had a character in it. All right, well, this is not the prettiest artwork I've ever done, but it works. All right, so does our sentence, the bed is big, have a character in it? No, it has a thing in it, and that thing is the bed, but it doesn't have a character. So I'm not going to add a character to my story, but if you did want to add a character, who would be somebody, who was the person in our story, who, in our Goldilocks and the Three Bears story, who had the big bed? You're right, it was Papa Bear. So if you wanted, you could maybe draw Papa Bear standing over here next to his bed. So let's go ahead and check my sentence. Do I have a capital letter at the beginning of my sentence? Yes, I do. Do I have finger spaces in between each one of my words? Yes, I do. Do I have a period at the end of my sentence? Yes, I do. Do I have a setting? Yes, I do. What is my setting? You're right, it is a bedroom. And do I have a character? I don't have a character in my picture, but you are more than welcome to add a character in your picture if you would like. You can draw Papa Bear to go with his big bed. So I would get a sticker or a star on my paper. I left all of my stickers at school, so I'm just gonna have to draw a star in. And my friends, that is our writing activity for today. Awesome job.